Hey, what's going on, Victor?
How's it going, everyone? How's it going, Joji? Happy week. We got this is like the last day to purchase tickets, and so we're like purchase tickets at this price.
Right.
So that's why we decided to do this live right now to help people who are on the fence. Like,
Yeah,
okay, I really like what you guys are offering, but I haven't decided yet. So let's
absolutely.
do it. Let's talk to you guys. So
Yep.
ask us any questions you might have in
Yep.
the
So we're
chat.
just gonna let some people
Yeah.
come in here, and if you're somebody who's watching this recording, kind of what you can expect later on is we're essentially just going to talk to you guys about why we think you should go. We're gonna talk about ticket prices going up later tonight, and yeah, answer any questions for any questions that you guys have. So really
Mhm.
excited. But before we get in that and we let a few more people come in here, how are sales going for you? High school textbook season, Victor?
Oh yeah. It's a great time to be a textbook seller right now because we're in the middle of August and sales are just going great. The only problem I had is every year I always at this right around this time I wish I had bought more books, right?
Yeah,
Because
you
it's
always run
like,
out of books.
yeah, I'm down to like 1,200 books and started with like 3,000. So, every day when you lose like 70 books, it's a good thing, but also not a great thing because soon enough you're going to have 700 books left. But yeah, it's a time where I'm like, man, imagine if I still had like 3,000 now. Wow,
Yeah.
like how much sales I would have. But yeah, no, great sales. And that's another thing that we're going to be talking about at the Books and Beyond conference is how to build like we have built, right? How to
Yeah.
start out, because we both started out with virtually nothing,
Yeah.
and we both had spouses who are like, okay, I guess you can start this, but don't risk the whole house on this,
Yeah.
right? And so we started with a very little amount of capital, and we kind of built this up. So that I think that's something we're also going to hone into.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm sure a lot of you know about this now. By the way, hi Nathan, howdy from Texas. Um, Books and
Hey,
Beyond
Nathan, how's it
Con
going?
is happening September 13th through 15th in Las Vegas. That's less than a month away, and you can just go to the website if you want, booksandbeyondcon.com, but also just share my screen so you guys can see it as well. But booksandbeyondcon.com, September 13th through 15th, we've got incredible lineup of speakers, and today we're going to try to convince you why you should come if you're not already coming. So let me start by saying this is going to be in Las Vegas, Victor. Las Vegas is just a really cool atmosphere. It's a really cool vibe. It's going to be at the Binions Four Queens Hotel, which is on Fremont Street. What's so cool
Right.
about Fremont Street,
It's
Victor?
downtown Las Vegas, right? This
Yeah.
Some people call it old Las Vegas, other people call it downtown Las Vegas. This is where Las Vegas got started. So all the older like hotels are there, and there's just a crazy vibe on Fremont Street. It's live every day, 24 hours a day. So
Yeah.
it's a street that doesn't go to sleep, right?
Yeah.
Like 3 in the morning, you could have stuff that are happening there. At 2 p.m., there's family friendly like events. It's an all day place, and I think it's really cool that we're actually decided to have it there instead of maybe like the new part of the strip, which
Yeah.
is has a completely different vibe than this. But yeah, we're excited we're doing it here,
Yeah,
and yeah,
absolutely.
these are
It's
great
just very lively.
pictures.
And
It is.
of course, it's not like you're going to Las Vegas to like party. You're going to Las Vegas for the book conference. But, when we're not in the conference,
Hmm.
in between the after parties or late at night, right, when everything's
Hmm.
done, like in terms of the after party, I mean, it's just a lively atmosphere. Like Victor says, people out till 3 a.m. in the morning. Again, not necessarily you need to be going partying. It's just a really cool atmosphere. It's just a really cool street. So one, the vibe and the atmosphere is going to be really awesome. Two, we picked it here strategically because Las Vegas tends to be cheaper. And why is that, Victor?
Because we're able to get cheaper flights and cheaper hotel stays, and even the event happened to be slightly cheaper than Miami Sellers Conference
Yeah.
because they're all hoping that we show up there and then start gambling, right? So like they think they're going to make their money back up from gambling, and so we're able to provide a conference much cheaper than we could have in any other city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one. The
Hmm.
atmosphere and the environment is going to be really incredible.
Yeah.
So when you get there Friday, we would recommend getting there Friday morning and then leaving on Monday morning. So you get
Yeah.
there Friday morning or Friday afternoon, because later on Friday we actually have a meet and greet that's just going to be at a public place, and all the speakers are going to be there. So it's just a really cool opportunity for us, for people to hang out and just for you to start talking to other people who are at the conference, also talk to some of the other speakers. But we'd recommend getting there on Friday.
Yeah.
And if you get there early, I mean, might as well just check out, Fremont Street, and there's just a lot of things to do. Yeah,
You'll run
Nathan
into
says,
us. We'll
yeah,
all be around.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nathan says, I ain't gambling, would make more of the book. Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
Right.
I I also don't gamble because I like to make money, as I say it, Victor. I like to make money, but people love
I
to
think I
gamble, and
might like gamble like $20 or something
yeah,
and see how that goes.
yeah,
That's probably it. Just because that's like the event to do or the thing to do in Las Vegas. So I
yeah,
tend to do something like that. But no, definitely I'm not a gambler.
yeah. We got Augustine, or I believe that's how I say it, from North Carolina. What's going on? We got AW Books. I'm mostly looking forward to the panels. Can't wait to pick your brains. Awesome. Yeah, the
Mm,
panels are going to be more of like a Q&A style where we have topics that each presenter is going to talk a little bit about, and then there's just going to be a Q&A from the audience, which is going to be really cool. So, really, the main reason why you'd want to come to this is that you're going to have 6, 7, and 8 figure booksellers in a bunch of different realms of book selling. So, let's start at what we do: online book arbitrage flipping. So, Amazon to Amazon flipping. That's what Victor and I do. Um, we've got bulk books with David Chung, Vishal Moody, and also FBA Dave. So, if you're wondering how to reach out to suppliers, how you can
yeah.
bring in gaylords of books, truckloads of books, that those are the people you would talk to there. We've got Whatnot sellers. So we've got Bob's Books, and we also
Bob's
have
books. Yeah.
Resell Maven, two women who are
Amanda.
selling like literally full-time incomes, like making full-time incomes selling books on Whatnot, which is
Hmm.
incredible. Selling the types of books that we wouldn't normally sell on Amazon because their price is too low and the fee structure in Amazon makes it not profitable to sell those books. So another model. And that's what we want to do, right? Is we want to bring the community of book selling together. So not just online book arbitrage necessarily, but also thrifting, bulk books, and so on. And my main pitch and my main like the reason why I think you guys should come is like if you want to grow your business, like the best way to do that is to put yourself around people who are doing what you want to do. Like think about it. If you want to get into shape, if you want to look good, the best way to do that is to start hanging out with people who are in shape. Start hanging out with people who already got the habits of going to the gym 4 times a week. Stick around with the people who already know what sort of protein shake to drink, people who have the right techniques, and that's where you're going to be here. Like the speakers coming here are people who are full-time booksellers. Like they make a living selling books. And so it's like, if you think maybe that's something you want to do, then being around those sort of people is going to be really helpful because you're going to see that as possible. You're going to realize that they're really just like you. They're just another human being. They've just have gone through trial and error and they figured out the process. And the best way to learn is just to ask them questions and be there. Nathan says they're AI. They're not real. Yeah,
What?
you'll figure out that we're AI when you come,
Mhm.
Nathan. Yeah.
We figured that
Cindy's
out. Yeah.
main reason to go is the two of you. Thank you, Cindy. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. That's really, yeah. I mean, think about that. Like, there's tons of other amazing speakers, but if you're watching on our YouTube channel, think about it. Like,
Mm.
we get to meet you. You guys
Yeah.
can meet us. That's really
Yeah.
cool. We get to, hang out. We get to eat lunch together. We get to talk in person. So there's just, I don't know. I just think kind of like a friend thing. It's just cool to hang out as friends. Like, what other opportunity do we get, Victor, to do this? Me and
Yeah,
you.
I mean, this is one of the main reason why we're doing it, right?
Yeah.
It would have been feasible to do this just me and you. None of us have an audience large enough to just hold a conference just all by ourselves. So, we're getting all the booksellers together and making this event, and I think there's a lot of value added there because we're going to be able to talk to like-minded people, like
Yeah.
people who are thinking about their business and trying to find ways to succeed in it. And even though I don't do bulk, I actually last time at the Miami Sellers Conference, I got a lot of great information from David and Vishal, and who both do bulk, but like huge bulk, right? And the tips that I got there, I went back and implemented in my business. Plus, I was like, these people are selling like $1 million a month. And I'm over here worried about being suspended, selling, $60,000-$70,000 a month. Okay, I need to like realize that there are people above me who aren't that worried about this. I need to like push myself even further. So yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. We have Jan saying, "Wish I could go maybe next year." Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it'd be awesome, Jan, if you can come next year. And we're trying to make this a yearly thing. This is Books and Beyond Con 2024. It'd be awesome if we had 2025, 2026,
Yeah.
2027. And that's why like also showing out and showing up is important because then we know that there's actually like a need in the community. Like people in the community actually want to come. And we do have quite a bit of people coming. We have over 100 people going to be there already, which is awesome. But we know that with the conference room that we have, it's a massive conference room. We can fit more people in there. And like I said, we're going to have 3 panels going on at one time. I mean, there's just going to be it's still going to be a pretty small setting, pretty small vibe, and there's definitely room for more people. And so, um, what we do have to do as we get closer to the event is raise the ticket prices. And the reason why we raise ticket prices is a few reasons. One is we have to give all the numbers over for catering. We have to give the final numbers for the conference room. We have to give the final numbers for the for the after party. All that stuff is, all that stuff is not easy, especially when you're like not sure exactly how many people are coming. So one way that we're trying to get people who think that they're going to come already is say, okay, well, hey, you just buy your ticket now. Like the event's happening in a month. So buy the ticket now at the better price before it goes up. And so it helps us get a better number. And then also helps us take action. So when we say, hey, ticket prices are going up, people are going to buy because they're like, okay, well, if I wait, then I'm gonna have to pay more money. And both Victor and I are always like, buy undervalued, like buy low, like
Right.
And so this is your opportunity, right? If you know you're gonna come, you might as well just buy today. It's not gonna become any cheaper. It's just gonna become more expensive. So ticket prices are going up tonight at, I believe it's midnight Eastern Standard Time. So that'd be 9 p.m. PST. And I believe it's going up, what, $100?
$100. Yep.
Yeah, it's pretty substantial. So
across the board.
Yeah, across the board. So you'd want to go to booksandbeyond.com if you are thinking of going there. And you can go ahead and purchase your ticket. You guys can go down to tickets and you guys can select whichever one that you'd want here. But this is definitely 347 right now is the lowest that it's ever going to be. It's only going to go up, right? So it's going up 100 and then eventually it'll go up even more as we get even closer. Now we do have a Saturday night after party as well, which is going to be at a really cool location. You want to talk about where that's going to be, the after party on Saturday?
Yeah. So I'm surprised when I was talking about the World, right? So that's where the after party is going to be at the World Penthouse Suite, which if you guys watched MTV, the World, one of the seasons was in Las Vegas, and this was their penthouse suite. So this is where they recorded the whole season. And we are renting out that whole place for the night. Basically, we're getting it catered, and it's just going to be a great time to talk with everyone, to network there. There's going to be many spots in this area where you can just like have a conversation with somebody, or just be part of the rest of the crowd right here, probably right in the middle there. And there's a lot of bedrooms because it's the penthouse suite. So there's gonna be a lot of places. There's gonna be like a crazy deck that's gonna go all the way around. So yeah, it's just really gonna be an awesome opportunity there. And I just think even at those prices right now at 347, we really over delivered, right? Because we have like 25 speakers, which is crazy. But I think the Miami Sellers Conference is right around there as its own, and that's something to compare ourselves to, right? So they have about the same speakers. Really, right now it's about half the price, and we're also catering. We're going to cater Saturday's lunch. So yeah, a lot of value in this. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it would definitely need to be way more expensive if we did it anywhere else other than Vegas, and that's what we were trying to do. We're trying to make it like as cheap as possible, and still not lose a bunch of money. Which yeah, I'll be honest, like selling, putting on conferences is not cheap. Victor and I said this is the most either of us have ever worked to maybe not even make money. Yeah. we made that joke because we've been meeting behind the scenes for weeks, literally almost every night for like an hour, 2 hours, sometimes even 3 hours. Like a couple days ago, it's 3 hours because there's a lot of logistical stuff we need to get going. And we really want this for the community. I mean, we're willing to work many, many hours to basically not make any money, maybe even lose some money just to get this conference going so people can really find value here. And yeah, I mean, that's, like I said, I think it's just gonna be an awesome time. I want to share the schedule with everyone as well, just so that you guys have an understanding of what's going on here. Cindy says lots of value for the money. Yeah, I mean, you've got over 25 speakers for $347, and you get catered lunch on Saturday as well. And just one tip from anybody, from me or Victor, just can completely change your business. It can literally double or triple your 2020, the end of 2024, 2025, and put you on a new level. So here's what the schedule is going to look like here, and I'll kind of zoom in a little bit so it's a little bit easier for you guys to see. Okay, so Four Queens Hotel right now is actually sold out, so we'd recommend either going to the Golden Nugget or literally any of the hotels, Victor, that are on Fremont Street there. They're all within walking distance because that street is not actually a street that cars drive on. It's just
right. It's a sidewalk, right? Yeah. So and they're almost basically all these hotels and everything are almost like connected to each other. So if you stay at I guess our best next recommendation would be the Golden Nugget. But like,
Mhm.
you wouldn't feel like you're not part of the group if you stood at the Golden Nugget, because they're right next to each other. Literally,
Yeah.
like I said, a sidewalk separates the two. So I suggest, calling them and seeing where the hotel prices are there, which so far I think they're around the same as Four Queens was.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
literally any hotel within a 2, 3, 4,
Mhm.
5-minute walking distance is
Yeah.
perfect. And the Friday night meet and greet is gonna start at 6:30, so it's gonna be a few hours there, 6:30 to 10 PM, and it's going to be at the Cadillac Mexican Kitchen Tequila Bar. So
Yeah.
it's going to be pretty close to um, the Golden Nugget. So it's actually going to be in the Golden Nugget. Excuse me.
Right.
So it's going to be in the Golden Nugget, which is right across the street from the Four Queens. So really, really cool place there. I'm not sure how much we can see here, but just a really cool atmosphere and vibe here. And let's see, it definitely expands out further around here. There's a walkway outside here, but just a really cool meeting place. I believe there's a pool over there across the street. So that's going to be the Friday night meet and greet. And that's absolutely free. I mean, if you buy a ticket, then everyone gets to come to that. And you can think of it almost like an after party, but it's just open to the public, so anyone can be there, and
Yeah.
it's not
It,
catered.
it
So
it's an after party, but we haven't started the party yet. So
yeah, it's the before party. We should call it the
yeah.
before party. Friday meet and greet before party. So
Before party.
that's gonna kick it off. I mean, that's already a few.
Yeah.
Like Victor and I are gonna be there 6:30, 10
Mhm.
PM. We're gonna be there for a couple hours, hanging out with you guys. I mean,
Yeah.
you might get all of the value back just before the conference starts. Victor and I
Yeah,
will
while
sit
we
down.
all have our voices still.
Yeah, while we have our
Yeah.
voices. Exactly. Okay, so that's the Friday night meet and greet.
Yeah.
Then we also are going to have a Saturday night after party and a Sunday night after party. Now, the Saturday night after party, and so we'll talk more about the conference schedule on Saturday and Sunday, but we're just talking about the after party events right now. The Saturday night after party does require an additional ticket, and you can get that as part of the middle tier here, as part of the buy VIP. So if you buy the VIP, you would get the Saturday night after party. That's also going to be catered, and that's at a location which we talked about earlier, which is the Real World Suite, the MTV.
Right. Yeah.
So really cool spot there. Now, what we're gonna do on Sunday is Bookmine, GoToLister, and Replan Catcher. These are our software. So this is our software, Bookmine, GoToLister is Avery's software, and Replan Catcher is Steve's software. So we're actually gonna sponsor the Sunday night event for anyone who's a member of our software. So it's going to be at an undisclosed location, but also going to be at a really cool place where if you're a member of any of those things, you just get to come. It's going to be catered as well. So you can think, oh, hey, like Nathan, book my member. Cindy, book my member. You guys just are going to come to that because you guys are book my member. We want to sponsor you guys. We want you to be there. So, Nathan and Cindy, you both have I hope you can keep up. There's a lot. It's basically like almost the whole day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So those are what the after parties are going to look like. Now, of course, the main events are going to be the Saturday and Sunday night conference. And so this is kind of the snapshot. And this schedule is available once you join the Facebook group. Like, you guys can take a look at the schedule and you can look at it a little bit more in depthly. But essentially, we have all the speakers going to be giving 20-minute presentations. They all are going to have certain titles. Avery's Pro Tips to Dominate Thrifty and Library Sales. Reezy Resales, Book Set Secrets, How to Make Money Selling Books Most People Think Are Worthless. We're going to have Bill Martling from Sell Back Your Book, David Chung, Bob Buys. Caleb Roth is going to be there, which is huge. How Flipping Books Led Him to Financial Freedom. There's even going to be a 20-minute talking section where Frank, Shannon, and I, we're going to talk about how to protect yourself against counterfeit books.
We didn't even talk about prep companies. Who's Shannon and Frank?
Yeah, Shannon and Frank. So Frank from Little Owl, one of the best, I wouldn't even say online book arbitrage prep centers, but just one of the best prep centers in general. But they also do online book arbitrage. And how long have you been with Frank?
Going on 7 years.
7 years.
Yeah.
And this is the first time you get to meet him in person, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so you get to meet him in person.
So excited about that. Yeah.
Shanna is the owner of Central Virginia Prep, which is the prep center I use for my online book arbitrage business. Mm-hmm. She's going to be there. And both Frank and Shanna will also have their own speeches as well. Now, then we're going to have awesome lunch, or we're going to have a lunch after Caleb is done with his speech for about, hour and 45 minutes there. And it's going to be catered on Saturday if you guys come. And then we're going to hit it off with the legend himself, Victor Gallegos, making thousands.
I'm planning on, I'm making my slides right now, and I'm really trying to over deliver. So I've asked the groups what I should be talking about. And I really want to talk about that. And Also just tell people like how I got to where I am now, right? Like
Yeah.
how to build your business to this level. And it'll hit different because you're going to be in person. You're going to be able
Yeah.
to see and talk to me and understand why you're also can be successful in doing this. And both me and you, Joji, have helped out hundreds of people
Yep.
start up their Amazon business. Some of them still with books, and some have went past that. But we've helped out a lot of people start a successful business. And I'm excited about this and excited to give a lot of value in my presentation. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So there you go. It's gonna be hard for you to condense it in 20 minutes. You're gonna have to go quick and practice. But then I'm gonna join you up on stage where we talk about BookMine. And we actually have a huge announcement with BookMine
Yep.
that only people who are going to the event would hear first.
Right.
BookMine members currently will hear it a little bit after the event, but we have some pretty big news with BookMine, a pretty big announcement that I think is game changing. But we're gonna reveal it. We've been planning this for a while, and we're gonna reveal it there. So you guys will hear it there during that talk if you're there live. Then Frank from Little Owl is gonna talk about how he preps your inventory if you want to do online book arbitrage, and then we're just gonna get into a bunch of panels again, trying to make sure we hit every realm of book selling. So we've got thrifting books, eBay to Amazon flipping, and we even have mastering online book arbitrage. And actually, Chet is going to be there. So some of you may not know who Chet is. Chet is our only coach right now in BookMine. So he actually meets every other week with all BookMine members and does basically a live stream for an hour and answers questions, does live sourcing. So basically, we three will be on that panel. We've got Avery, Diane, and Reezy and Caleb going to be on dominating your local community with thrifting books, and then we've got Steve, Amanda, Seth, and Aaron all doing eBay to Amazon flipping, also doing some book flipping, eBay to Amazon, but also other products. So remember, there is a books and beyond part. So there's also, it's not just 100% books, it's mainly books, but there's other avenues as well. So
because like we talk about this, right? Steve has also done books when he's reselling, and so has Amanda. I'm pretty sure Seth has. I think I heard him talk about that, and I'm not so sure about Aaron. But almost everybody who's coming to this conference, who's a speaker, has at least started with books or still currently doing books. So
yeah, absolutely. Then we're going to go into workshops for about 45 minutes after that, how to create a long-term brand with Reezy, Chris Green, and Caleb. So these three guys have been in the game for probably close to maybe not quite a decade, but close to a decade. Chris Green has definitely been in there for over a decade. Right. Maybe Caleb and Reezy maybe not a decade. Well, I say Reezy has been selling on Amazon for well over a decade, but his brand, I would say, I'm not sure it's that long, but how to create a long-term brand with those guys. Then we're going to have a workshop on bulk books with David Vishal, John, and FBA Dave. So all guys that are, well, I should say David Vishal and FBA Dave are currently doing bulk books. John used to do bulk books, but they're all people who had suppliers, had semi trucks dropping off gaylords of books. They had warehouses and so on, or they have warehouses. So really cool there. And then workshop 3 is for anyone who wants to partner with the Prep Center. So you want to ask questions to Frank and Shanna, like, hey, Shanna, hey, Frank, like, how would you condition this book? How do you check for counterfeits? Like, how does the process work? They're real human beings that are going to be there and they're going to answer your questions. So if that wasn't enough, Victor,
that's just day one. That's just day one. And that's not even talking about the after party.
That's not even talking about the after party. Some of you might be dead after. I mean, I shouldn't say dead. Some of you might be like, oh my God, that was just so much information. That was just not in a bad way, but I'm like, wow, that was incredible. And you might be exhausted, but guess what? We got the after party at the MTV Suite, the real world. So it's going to be awesome there. And again, you will need a ticket if you want to come there. If you don't, and you're just coming to the event and you don't go to the after party, just go get some rest or hang out on Fremont Street. If you want to go gamble, go gamble. If you want to just, have a drink and just chill. Really cool atmosphere. There it is. So that's day one. I mean, that's a
stack.
There's some heavy hitters. There's some heavy hitters there.
Yeah.
Okay, Sunday's gonna start same as Saturday. Some coffee and tea and some networking. Some of the welcome agenda. So we're gonna talk about what's going on for the day, and then I'm gonna start off day 2.
Creating a book replay list. Look at this.
Creating a book replay list with Keepa alerts. So what I'm gonna be talking about is what I think is one of the most important parts of online book arbitrage, which is selling the same book over and over and over and over again. And the reason why I say that is because when you start online book arbitrage, you're in the searching all the time. I'm looking for new leads. I want to like you're always actively searching for new leads, new books to pop up, which is great. But what you should realize is as you start successfully selling books, if you were able to buy that book and sell it successfully, then why couldn't you do it again? And the reality is that a lot of these books that we're buying, they, especially if they're not textbooks, they might be 5, 10, 15, 20, maybe even longer than that, like years old. You could buy those books again and again and again and again when they get to the right purchase price. So I'm going to talk about my strategy for, basically having a list of thousands of replens, thousands of books that I'm actively looking for. So not necessarily, always trying to go out and find new inventory, but just like, okay, today's a Monday. Let's see if we can buy 10 books today. Oh, I can buy 5 books that I bought in the past and sold successfully at the same price that I bought it for back then. Let's just buy those again. So I'm going to be talking about creating that book replen list. And I think that concept is something that even bulk book sellers, even whatnot sellers, even eBay sellers could really, get a lot of value from, because that's important. If you sell something, you should collect that data. You should know that, okay, this is something I need to continue to do again and again and again and again.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm going to be talking about. Then we have both Steve and Seth. So they do more eBay to Amazon. And again, they do a little bit of books, but they also do other products as well. So they're talking about 6 figures per year with eBay to Amazon. Then Steve and Ben are going to talk about Replen Catcher. Now, I haven't made any videos about Replen Catcher yet, but Replen Catcher is a really cool software that Steve is making. And it's a way for you to find books and media on eBay. And it's the principle here is similar, where you could essentially have a list of ASINs or a list of books here or other media that you're searching for, not just on Amazon, but now on eBay. And you can get basically alerted whenever those books get listed on eBay. So it's kind of like a keep alert.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I see that as a keep alert system, but for eBay, and because there's no such thing out there right now.
Right.
And there's so many opportunities on eBay because it's like unstructured.
Yeah.
And people list things at completely crazy prices, right? There's a person who will list something for $100 and another person will list that same product for $40. And so a product like the Replen Catcher will find that $40 item. And so you could buy that for $40 and either sell that back on eBay or sell that on Amazon.
Yeah. So really cool Replen Catcher. And he's, again, part of Replen Catcher is one of the 3 softwares that are going to be sponsoring the Sunday night event. So if you're a Replen Catcher member, then you'll be able to come to that as well. Then we're going to head into John Muscarello, Books and Fitness. So he's going to be talking about his journey with starting his bulk book business, transitioning to online arbitrage, but then also his, his journey with also getting in shape. And so I'm excited to see him. It's been more than a few months since Miami, but he's going to be talking about that. Now, FBA Dave is going to be, he already has his presentation sent to me. It's over from 0 to 1 million, his FBA journey. So he started out just thrifting and cherry picking, and then he quickly went into bulk, now has 2 warehouses. And so he's specifically going to talk about how he went from 0 to 1 million. So now he's beyond 1 million in sales, but he's going to talk about the process from how to do that. And so he told me he's going to give away some pretty...
interviewed him, right?
Yeah, I already interviewed on my channel. Yeah, great interview, but apparently he's going to give away even more secrets that he wasn't necessarily willing to share.
Definitely excited about that.
Yeah. So that's the cool thing as well, is because whenever I interview someone, Victor, I'm always like, hey, if there's anything you don't want to share, let me know. We can edit it out. Or if there's a question to ask and you don't want to answer it, like, you don't have to answer it. And so I've had multiple bulk booksellers that have come on the channel that have interviewed and have said, let's probably not reveal that information. But that's the sort of stuff you can get out of them if you're actually at a conference one-on-one, because it's not like it's broadcasted over the entire internet. It's just like one person now knows this like tip or trick or secret that really helped them. So anyways,
that's some great information there. That's very true. There are things I learned at the Miami Sellers Conference I can't share because they told me not to, or asked me not to share.
Right.
That it was just so amazing. And like, okay. And it helped out my business.
Yep.
Then
we're going to come in with Shanna Mann. So she's sent from Central Virginia Prep. So if you want to specifically use her, she's going to basically walk you through the process of how she preps your inventory. She also is very good with logistics as well. Very good about like how to run your business in an organized manner. Make sure you're keeping track of the things that actually matter. And I anticipate in some of the panels, she's going to talk more about sort of the logistical part of like how you as a seller could run your business a little bit more efficiently. But she's a really good speaker, and she'll talk about online book arbitrage. Chris Green, the man,
Is
the
that
myth,
is
the
that his
legend.
title? The Beyond?
His title is The Beyond. Is The
Okay.
Beyond. And he
Yeah.
said that he's gonna reveal some pretty crazy information. He won't even let me know what it is. So I'm kind of
Okay.
like curious what he's gonna talk about. But he used to be talking about The Beyond. He's been in the Amazon book game since the early 2000s, maybe even before that. He did a lot of merch by Amazon. He's now doing like self publishing. His YouTube channel is Authorpreneur, but just an amazing guy. He's been in this space for a long time. If you want to know anything about the history of Amazon, go ask Chris Green. I guarantee he knows it. So that would be a really cool person to talk to. Then we got Resell Maven. So how to dominate Whatnot. Resell Maven made over $50,000 in profit selling fiction books on Whatnot. What's just so crazy about that, Victor? That statement
is that all these books that she's selling, or the vast majority of them, are books that we would pass up on. Thrifting people would pass up on it. We would pass up on it. We would all think that for our like way of making money, none of us can make money off of them. But Resell Maven and Whatnot has figured out how to make money off of, like, say, $10 books. These books that we scanned and we're like, okay, this book is a total of $10, right? Yeah, maybe you even showed her that book, and she's like, yeah, 100% I would buy that book and sell it for $8, right? And for us, selling that book for $8, we lost money. But for her, selling that for $8, she makes like $7.
She makes a lot. Yeah, she did. Yeah. I don't even think she would sell that for. I think she would start the auction at $3, but then the person has to pay shipping. So I think all in shipping, it might be like $7 or $8. But she'll sell that book for, she'll pick it up for 25 cents, sell for $3.
Yeah,
and the buyer pays shipping. Basically, the margin on that, she spent 25 cents and turned it into like $2 and 45 cents, $2.50 off of a book that we thought is unsellable, right? Because you'll lose money. And that's what's so cool about Whatnot. I think there's not necessarily that I want to be doing Whatnot, but again, we want to expose people in the book community to different avenues to selling books because there's just so many opportunities. But they're going to the Goodwill bins, Bob Books, and also Resell Maven, Amanda, going to the Goodwill bins and not really competing with anyone, because all of the people who are going there to buy books are FBA booksellers or eBay booksellers, right? They're looking for either rare old antique books if they're an eBay, like antiquarian seller, or if they're Amazon FBA seller, they're just scanning barcodes. But they're not, like, I even asked Amanda and asked Bob Books, like, are you scanning barcodes? They go, no, we don't scan barcodes. We just look at it. Oh yeah, I can totally see, somebody in my audience, he follows me buying this for $3, and there you go. That's $2 profit right there. And the thing is, it's, hundreds and hundreds of books that they can sell during a certain live auction. So if you want to learn more about that,
I had a ton of fun watching you guys' interview, and so with Bob's books, both really provided a lot of value there.
Yeah. So those two ladies are going to be there. They're crushing Whatnot. I would recommend that if you're still doing a lot of the thrifting, at least ask them some questions about what kind of books that maybe you can monetize, because a lot of your duds that you're donating probably are books that they would end up buying anyways. So there's a lot of opportunity there. Then after Amanda, Resell Maven, we're going to talk. You guys are going to go lunch on your own. So we're having an hour and 45-minute block. And, Victor and I are going to together go out to lunch. And anyone who wants to come with us, welcome to go. Let's go out, eat some lunch. We'll come back. And then we're going to come back with Diane Mashburn, somebody who just knows and can answer any question about Amazon Seller Central. Someone who's just very good with logistics and, ask her anything about, hey, like, bring your laptop. Having this error in my Amazon Seller Central with this product. I don't know what the heck's going on. Could you help me with this? She'd be, oh yeah, sure. Do this, and boom, it's done. You like instant help right there. So
she's very engaged in the community. Anytime you ask a question, she's one of the people who will answer it. And I find it surprising every time there's somebody out there that anything out there, she knows the information, or at least knows where to point you to.
So, and for me, whenever someone asks me a question, I don't know it, I always just like at Diane Mashburn, because I'm like, I think Diane knows this. I don't know this, but Diane can help you. So someone that's great to pick your brain on for logistical things, efficiency things, stuff like that. Then Vishal, 6 figures per month. What does that mean, Victor? 6 figures per month with bulk books. What does that mean? How much is this guy selling?
Oh, crazy amount. I think it was Avery who asked him, and he was like right under 10 million for the year.
Yeah.
So it's crazy how much money.
$700,000 per month, like a mega bookseller.
Yeah.
Crazy.
When we heard his numbers and how many books he's doing a day, it's just mind blowing.
It's crazy.
How big of a bookseller you can come up to, and just even pick his brain of like, how did you get here? Like, where if you were starting again, what would you do? Right?
Yeah.
You get to ask these type of questions to him. So
Yeah, I think it was the morning of the Miami Sellers Conference when we woke up and we saw him early in the morning. And I was like, "Oh, how many books have you sold already?" Vishal, and he opened his phone. He's like a little under 400. I'm like, "What? You already sold like 400 books? It's like 6 a.m. What the heck? That's crazy." So, I mean, those are insane numbers. And again, that's a bulk bookseller you get to talk to. If anything, even if you're not a bulk bookseller, there's again insights that you can draw from people. If nothing else, an inspiration and motivation that you can sell that many books in that short period of time. That there's something that this person knows that you don't know that can help you with your business. Now, then we're going to come back with Amanda Ballard, my journey building a new income stream selling on Walmart Marketplace. That's going to be really interesting. She has her own YouTube channel. She's even coming out with, I believe it's called the Walmart
Freedom
Masterclass, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's coming out with that, but also she actually is still flipping books. So she's actually a Bookmind member, and she's also flipping books. So that's why that's why she also fits here, is because she's like, okay, well, I'm doing books, but I'm also trying other avenues out as well. And so selling on the Walmart Marketplace is something that's really new. It's kind of the unknown right now, as is kind of Whatnot. So that's why we also want to bring exposure to those as well. And then we're going to end with a really inspiring story by Jameson Phillip. He remodeled a success story. And I don't really want to spill the beans, but his story is very emotional. I attended the Miami Sellers Conference in 2022 and he gave his talk. Yeah. And I'm not even joking. Like, people in the audience were like in tears. It's a really inspiring story. Victor, I don't think you've been able to hear it, unfortunately, but we wanted to end it with just inspiration and motivation. He's one of those people that I think can really wrap it up. So we're going to wrap up with final words from the host. Then we're going to go ahead and just say, okay, well, let's go into the last panels of the day. And that's kind of when the conference is going to wrap out. So we're going to have Dominating Whatnot. We're going to have Beyond Books. So we're talking about a little bit about financial diversification with Caleb, Victor, myself, and Reezy. Also, Steve, Amanda, Seth, and Aaron, who all have virtual assistants, are going to talk about if you want to bring on virtual assistants for your book business, how to do that. And then finally, some Q&A with bulk books, online book arbitrage, and thrifting. So I hope you can see there's just so many opportunities.
Just what we went through there is like, wow, that was a lot. There was a ton there.
That's a ton there.
So much help and information there.
Yeah. Then again, networking for speakers, GoToLister, Bookmind members, and also Replan Catch members. I need to add that. Replan Catcher members are going to be 6:30 to 10 p.m. on Sunday. That's going to be catering provided, again, if you're a member of one of those softwares. So that was a lot to talk about. And it's just going to be a lot. It's just going to be a lot there. So really hope will attendees get badges so we know who's part of the conference? Yes. Everyone who's there is going to have a lanyard, and it's going to have a certain ribbon that says what plan you have. So it's going to say VIP. It's going to be like a ribbon for if you're part of the software. So yeah, we're gonna know who's there and who, you know what I mean. We're gonna know who actually is supposed to be at the conference. Yeah, yeah, Nathan, you're gonna be exhausted after this, and so you don't have to necessarily come to everything either. I mean, it's literally going to be 24/7. Like and that's the thing, is we want to pack as much value as we can in a short period of time, because we know it's not cheap. And what I mean by that is like, yeah, I mean, you have to pay for the conference ticket. You have to pay for a flight. You have to pay for the hotel. Yeah. But remember, there's a difference between price and value, right? Where the price is a lot, but still significantly less than what the value is, if that makes sense. So, last thing I want for you, Nathan, is to feel like you're super exhausted when you leave. But I guarantee you, just talking to the right people, not only is it just going to be incredibly fun, just to say you hung out with your buddies, you hung out with like-minded people, but you're going to learn stuff that is going to make a pretty big difference in your business. So,
yeah. I mean, the fact that we get to meet you in person, and, for instance, at the Miami Sellers Conference, we met Michael Hill.
Yep.
And
Missy.
Yeah, and Missy. Yeah. And they both DM us, right? And message us and ask us how we're doing and stuff like that. And, I remember them and work with them even closer because I met with them in person. And so that's what I get to do with the rest of you guys. And I think we're both really excited about that.
Same thing with Trevor. So I met Trevor in
Yeah,
person
Trevor. Right.
at the Miami Sellers Conference. Trevor's coming, so I already have a rapport with Trevor. I already know a little bit about
That's a
his
good
book
point.
business. I remember at the Miami Sellers Conference, he was trying to figure out if he should just do traditional online arbitrage or if he should go all through books. And I was like, Trevor, you just got to pick one and just go, full throttle on it. And thankfully, pick books because online book arbitrage is a place where you can make a bunch of money. It's actually very, very profitable because the margins are so high. But Trevor's gonna be at the Books and Beyond conference. So when I see Trevor, I'm like, yo, what's up, Trevor? Like, how's the business
Mhm.
going? How can I help? Like, it's just gonna be a really awesome time. Same thing with Nathan and Cindy. These are people I know because I've seen them.
Oh
So
yeah.
now we get to meet them in person. And again, beyond just business, it's just cool to meet people who do what you do, which
Mhm.
is pretty rare. Like Nathan, go outside in your local community for a day and
Yeah.
ask if anyone there does anything remotely similar to you, and they're gonna be like, you sell what? You sell you review books on
Yeah.
Amazon? You buy books on Amazon?" Like, they're not gonna understand what you're doing. It's just
You
cool to
you
be in a
you,
room with people.
you sell books on Amazon? Oh, okay. Is that a weird way to say you're an author? No, no.
No.
I don't sell those type of books. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't write a book. I sell their books.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And where do you buy them from? Oh, on
Yeah.
Amazon.
Yeah.
What? It just blows their mind.
Yeah. Uh, Nathan says, "Going outside, it's a Texas summer." I
Yeah,
guess there you have it. So,
that's true. It's really hot in like San Antonio right now.
yeah.
I was checking out the weather. It's like 104 degrees because I used to live out there. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So booksandbeyondcon.com,
Mhm.
everyone. Make sure you grab your tickets. Prices are going up tonight at midnight, Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. PST, Pacific Standard Time. And I
Like if
know
you
that the
guys are last
prices,
minute people, this is the last minute. This is the last minute you should be like buying it now
yeah,
because prices will go up $100 because honestly, I believe the value is past where the $100 is at. So
yeah,
when these prices go up to 449, I think we're getting close to the actual value we're delivering. I think it's still a little bit more than that because we need to divide how many people are coming versus what we're providing. It's not even equal right now.
yeah.
It's really one sided to you guys, and it's just because we want to provide this event, a lot of value for you guys. So
Yep,
yeah,
absolutely. So make a decision. Are you in or you out? Are you dipping your toes in the pond, or are you like, I'm
hmm
going all in? Cindy's gonna be there. Nathan's gonna be there. Obviously, Victor and I are gonna be there, and Jan's gonna be there next year, hopefully.
yeah,
Jan had to do a cross country move, but when things have settled out, Jan, I really hope to talk to you, meet with you in person next at the next Books and Beyond. But it's gonna be an incredible time for nothing else is just to hang out with, for me personally, hang out with Victor. So many of the other speakers I know about, but I've never met them in person. That's going to be awesome. I have
yeah,
literally no idea who the majority of my followers are on YouTube because unless they're part of BookMine and we meet with them and we see them face to face or they comment, like, I don't know. I don't know who Sally is, who's never commented before, but has watched every video I've ever made. So that's going to be really cool just to meet people like that. So yeah, Jan says she'll look forward to it. Yeah. So just exciting stuff. Make sure you guys grab your tickets. And anything else, Victor?
um, no, it's just gonna be if you guys are coming, be ready for an event, right? It's
Yeah.
gonna be go, go, go all the way until Sunday night. Like
Yeah.
people are even surprised that we're having an event on Sunday night. I'm like, yeah, it's all the way to like 10 p.m. on Sunday night. That's what we're finally like, okay,
Well, let's wrap it up.
we did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's a ton of opportunity. Hope you guys can come. And we put a lot of effort into it. Like I said, we're gonna meet tonight again. We met last night, we met the night before, and we're meeting to make sure that this event goes off flawlessly.
Yeah.
And I imagine it won't go flawlessly, but we're trying our best to make
Yeah.
sure that happens. And we're ready to make this happen. We're ready to meet you guys. And I don't think if you're a bookseller, I don't understand why you wouldn't want to come. Like this
Yeah.
is an event you have to be at because all the biggest booksellers who are at least willing to network are going to be at this event because we went out and talked to every bookseller that's out there that has a following, and these are the people who are like, okay, yeah, let's network, let's collaborate. So
Yep. And I also just want to. I know we've said it before, but this isn't like a money grab. It's not like we're trying to make money
yeah,
off of
no.
you. I've never in my life worked so hard to not make money.
Yeah,
So
we're currently not making money or even close to it. Yeah,
yeah.
it's true.
So that's just our dedication, right? To making sure that we bring this together for the community. And the goal is never to make money. The goal is hopefully can we get a break even?
Mhm.
Because we think the ROI potential on, the ROI potential for everyone who comes, for Bookmine, for Replan Catcher, for GoToLister, for all the speakers is just massive. The value that's going to be coming from the networking side is greater than any expense that we have to pay, like any amount that we lose. So just want to let you guys know it's not like we're trying to like hard sell you on something that we're gonna make a bunch of money on. We're actively working very, very hard to basically just try to not lose money, if that makes sense. Normally,
Yeah.
Victor, we work not really that hard to make money selling books on Amazon, right?
It's
Like it's
crazy. I'm
actually
making way more money selling books every day.
yeah,
Yesterday I sold like $3,000 worth of books. I made,
yeah,
like $1,200 in profit yesterday, and we're not even going to come close to that in this conference. But
yeah,
it's not about that. It's literally about meeting you guys, and that's what we're trying to like deliver here. We're trying to
yeah,
get you guys to understand that that's not us. We're not trying to make money from this event. We're trying to collaborate with you guys. We're
yeah,
trying to build out this community. We're trying to help out your business.
yeah, absolutely. So Books and Beyond, make sure you grab your tickets. Prices are going
Yeah.
up tonight, and I'm just excited. Every day goes by. Sometimes I have like nightmares because I'm like,
It's kind of crazy. We're
yeah,
we're like 3 weeks away now.
yeah,
It's when we first started, it was like what, 5-6 months, and we're like, oh yeah, we got a lot of time. We're good. We can plan this all out. And now, like 3 weeks away, it's coming up. It's
yes.
almost here. So yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be an awesome time and just an awesome place, awesome people. So come out. Really hope to see you there. September 13th through 15th. Arrive on Friday, or ideally in the morning or afternoon, and then leave on Monday morning is what we would recommend. It's going to be an awesome time. There's going to be over 100 people there, all like-minded individuals, bulk books, thrifting, eBay, whatnot, online book arbitrage. I mean, you name it. Cumulatively, all these speakers together sell tens of millions of dollars a year. So
Yeah.
it's the room to be. It's the room to be
Yeah.
in. So
And almost all of them just with books. So yeah,
sounds
pretty
good.
awesome.
All right, everybody. We'll see
All
you guys
right.
next time. And
See you guys soon.
hope to see you there. Hope to see you
Yeah.
there in
Yeah.
person. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.